Hello, everybody. Welcome to If Stupid Had a Name, episode number 7. My name is Colton. I'm here with my friend Dillon.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Dillon?
I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah, it's recording
Not
this
doing
on
too bad at all.
Yeah, recording this on Saturday, October 21st. I don't know exactly what day this will go up. What?
10 days till Halloween.
Oh, yes. Spooktober.
Halloweener.
Spooktober. The Oscar Mayer Halloweener mobile.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, shit.
Coming up, we have a new segment we're doing in this episode. It'll be a trivia type segment. Hold on.
Yeah,
sorry,
we, did tried to do one last week, and goddamn, it took forever.
Tried to do what last week?
The trivia thing.
Oh,
naming off fucking goddamn
the Sparkle thing. Well, that wasn't necessarily the same thing as trivia. That was just me trying something new, and I'll never do that again because that was not very good. It didn't go at all how I was expecting, or would like to have had it gone. So, but we have
I was gonna play the cricket noise because that's what we were doing.
It was like that, parts. Yeah. Except if you do that, I'll probably fucking bug out Discord again, like it's been doing it.
Yeah, and we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, for whatever reason, because we talk through Discord when we do this, and every time Dillon would like leave the Discord window, he could still because you have two screens, correct?
Yeah.
So you could have it up on you'd have it up on one screen, go to the other screen and do something. Discord's like, oh, he's done talking. We're gonna stop working now. Like, no, no,
fuck him.
No,
he's done.
Yeah, fuck him. Why? Because fuck him. That's why. Yeah. So.
Oh.
But we have a pretty full show. We have our largest weekly stupid report coming up. Like I said, we have trivia. We have an Ask Reddit thing. We have from last week that we blue balled everyone till this week. Is how effective is standardized testing actually worth a damn? Basically. We have Dillon's fact of the week, including last week's because we forgot. And we have a little bit of assholery at the end and some what are you so mad about. So, let's start it off. Dillon, what?
We don't have a story time, right? So my little brother, okay, I told him we're doing a podcast, okay? And he's like, oh yeah, what's the name? And I'm like, I gave him the name, Stupid Had a Name, And I was like, hey, just so you know, it's vulgar. And he's like, don't worry, I saw the rating. Well, the shout out, because I put it in our episode, like, whatever schedule thing.
Yeah.
The shout out is his birthday was yesterday, and he turned a big old 1-8.
So he went and bought a pack of smokes and a lotto ticket?
Can't buy a pack of smokes anymore. You gotta be 21.
I forgot about that.
So...
Well, that's not everywhere.
Happy birthday!
I think that's only in a few states. It's not. I don't think that's the national.
No, that is.
It is national now.
Yep.
I thought it was just like a handful of states. Okay. Because I know they changed that. Of course, it didn't affect me because when they did it, I would think I was already 21. Not that I don't smoke anyways or so, but
right.
Think of the people that say. That started smoking when they were 18. Not that you should smoke. I mean, there's no benefit to smoking at all. Unless you just want to speed run life.
Yeah.
But think about if you were like, say you're like 19. Like, you're 19, maybe even 20. Say you're 20, right? You've been smoking for 5 years because everybody who smokes doesn't start when they're 18. They always start before. You're 20. They changed the law. Now you have to go another year until you can legally buy cigarettes again. Because they just did a hard change. It wasn't like, if you were born on this day, you're no, they don't do that shit because now you're making it a lot harder on the gas station workers. It was just a hard change. Like, you got to go a whole year without your fucking menthols. Yeah, your fucking Marlboro Reds.
But yeah, just a shout out to my little brother. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. I'm not going to, so.
Nah, that's all right. We just call him douchebag.
Douchebag.
We can't call him what his Discord name is because I don't want to fucking piss people off.
Oh right, yeah. No, we can't. We can't.
No, we can't do that. So, which is funny because he's actually
the old fuck. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, It's funny that his Discord name is what it is because he's actually really fucking smart.
Yep.
Book-wise. Street? When it actually comes to shit you should actually know, not so much.
Hey, and that is actually a good changeover to our debate topic.
Yes. Nice job, Dillon. Nice job, me. That's my sense for the week, so we're going to wrap up the show now. Thank you. No.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Yep.
We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, right. That's about as good as we can do. So we talked about it. We touched on it. We didn't really touch on it last week. We just said we are going to push it off to this week. And I know this is something this isn't something that we just thought of. I mean, this has been going around for years, if not decades. Is standardized testing actually good? And my opinion on standardized testing is it's like 50-50. It's good. It's good in a sense that it can see how you stack up against everybody else and say like your same district, other districts, the state, whatever. But at the same time, I don't think it should be used for college admissions.
Right.
It just
I think so. I agree, like 50-50. To a certain extent, it's good. Because it's just like, it's giving you a broad idea of the idea of where people are standing in, like, I guess in the intelligence category. But a lot of it is because we took the SAT.
Yes.
But I know some schools will take the ACT or whatever. But I remember, from 8th grade all the way to 10th, you could say 11th, technically, the SAT. And pretty much all you'd have to remember is that be careful because the test can fuck you on some of the questions.
My favorite, the thing that pissed me off the most is so you'd always have like the two math sections. One would be with and one would be without a calculator, right? You'd get the one that says you can use a calculator and everything on it. You cannot use a calculator for fucking
easy.
No, it's not easy. You can't use a calculator for fucking anything. All the questions.
I'm talking about the ones with the calculator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The one with
super easy. It's like what?
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. The ones with the calculator, you don't need it at all because the questions how it's written, you can't use a calculator, or what they're trying to do, you can't use a calculator. And then it says use without a calculator. It's like, all right, what's the square root of 164? I don't fucking know. I'm sorry, that wasn't in the study guide. I didn't fucking Christ, Yeah, it's like totally bass backwards. And another thing is, I don't think standardized, because another thing about standardized testing is that's how states determine how much money a school gets. And I don't think that's right, because people will move to certain schools because the schools are better. Like certain school districts. Like my family moved out of the city of Grand Rapids to where we are now for the schools. My parents didn't want me and my brother going to Grand Rapids public schools. We moved to where we are now. So, but I don't think you should base it off on that, because there could still be some really smart people. There are still some really smart kids that go to Detroit public schools, Grand Rapids public schools, your inner city schools, but the schools don't get the proper funding. And then you have kids that go to wherever, really good school districts, and they get shit tons of money. I don't think that's fair. It should be an even spread. No matter where you go to school, each school gets the same amount of money per student. Doesn't matter what. That's how it should be done.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I feel the same way, because it's just like, because you take these kids and they they end up losing out on opportunities because their school's like, sorry, we can't afford that.
Right, exactly.
And
so you're trying to make these schools that are struggling to get by now because they don't have the proper funding do more with less. Well, we can't go on these field trips to say, like, you weren't where we are now, I don't think, when we went to because I was in 6th grade, we went to the Chicago Science Museum and Zoo in Chicago, obviously.
No, I did not do that.
Yeah, you weren't with us yet. It was 6th grade. But say, other schools say, sorry, we can't afford to do that. We don't have the budget. So now those kids lose out on the opportunity. Not that you necessarily learn anything on a field trip, but it's at least something to break up the monotony of going to school for 7 hours, doing the same shit over and over and over every,
right.
For 40 weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
40 weeks out of the year. So
I feel like there's like super important things to learn, and it's like kind of, I guess, life skills, like being able to cook for yourself, or knowing how a washing machine works, because some kids don't actually know how to do that shit, because
or how to manage money properly. That's, I believe,
manage money, pay taxes.
In the state of Michigan now, that's actually a required course. Personal finance.
Yeah.
So,
or a financial
something along of dealing with financials.
Financially.
Basically, personal finance. How to manage money properly and not just fucking spend money and not know how to, write a check or how to do taxes and all that shit, And so I kind of based some of my stuff off of this thing from Penn State. They did a write-up on this and shit. And one of the things, it didn't say it, but it's a thought, is that what if you have somebody who's really proficient in mathematics? They really good at mathematics, but they aren't very good in English or writing. Now that's going to bring down their SAT score, because they're going to fucking nail mathematics, but they're going to suck in writing, and it's going to bring their score down. And writing you can get better at. That's not necessarily like a skill. Like, mathematics is more of a skill than writing. I think you can learn how to write better a lot easier than you learn how to do math better, because some people just can't grasp certain math things or certain things in math. They just can't grasp it. And that's not saying they're dumb. They can't process,
like, perfect example,
a regular math problem correctly.
Like, perfect example is between me and my girlfriend. Like, she struggles with a little bit of math, but like me, if I see a math problem, not like, I'm not talking like fucking algebra or shit like that, but like, I'm able to do it in my head, because it's just like, oh, it's, you just add this with this, and then if you're timesing it, do that first.
Yeah,
and,
right. All right, Dillon, if you're so smart, what's the square root of 164 then? Know your calculators.
Oh my god, negative 436.
That's correct. That's right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to be like, what's 88 times 88? And it's like, nobody fucking knows it, but you got to be like 7,744, bitch.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, you fucking memorized it. Whoop-de-doo.
Well, like when we went to the tech center, this was in our first year. Our teachers had us do multiplication tables, or not tables, but it was like 60 math problems, I think, and it was like basic. It was like basic. It was basic math, so like basic multiplication. So only like 1 through 10 was being multiplied. So it was just knowing your basic math or multiplication tables, basically, I guess you could call it. But the problem, so like, I'm really good at like that shit. I didn't have to stop at all when doing it, but they at first did a minute, and I can only get like 2/3 of the way through, because it's like, I can't physically write that fast. I don't know how you could write down 60 answers for math on a piece of paper in 60 seconds. I mean, you just can't move that fast. And so they moved it out to 90 seconds, and then then we were able to get it. But yeah, it was like 60, man. No, the 60 ain't gonna work. I can't fill it out that fast. That's not gonna work. So, but stuff like that, I think everybody should know how to do. You should know how to do basic multiplication. 9 times 10, 90. 8 times 8, 64. 9 times 7 is 63. Shit like that. You should know how to do.
Well, this is my issue, though, because not only with people doing like you could be good at something, but I know a lot of people have issues with test taking in general. Like, to bring up the example of make sure I'm not fucking muted. Sorry.
You're not. You're still going.
to bring up the example of the 60-second doing the math, I am very good at multiplication. Very good.
Yeah.
And like I memorized the multiplication table and everything. For whatever reason, every time I would fucking do this shit, right? Brain looking like Patrick, smoking out of the ears. I'm like,
Yeah, well, you know,
it's
you
like
get put
it's
under
super
pressure.
easy too, like 5 times 11.
62
I
and a
know
half.
it's 55.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, shit. Where is it?
Like you're sitting in the
So-
back of the class, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
yeah,
30,
yeah. I'm
35.
just like, oh my god, I'm panicking.
Yeah.
And then every time, like, who is it? Our math teacher would be like, yeah, you guys should be able to do this within, at least, 5 minutes. And it's like, all right, yeah, obviously, because that's a shitload of time, right? And then they
You get
minus
done.
it,
You
2.5
get
minutes.
you get done reading problem 1. All right, time. Wait a minute. I just got done reading the first problem. What do you mean time's up?
Like, whoa. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just like, god damn it.
Yeah. So I think standardized testing as a place, I just don't think it should not be. I think a better thing would be GPA. Because a lot of stuff in like an SAT. Well, there was shit like that was in our SAT. I'd never been taught. No idea what the fuck it was about. Either I hadn't taken that class or
Right.
it's not mandated by our state to be taught. I think that's the problem. Is it's a national test, but each state has different curriculum for each thing. So like some states want you to focus on this part of algebra more than this other problem or part of algebra, and then this other state wants this one and this, and it's vice versa. So you go to take the national SAT and you're like, well, I know how to do this section, but I have no idea what the fuck this U-shaped parabola motherfucking thing is. I know what that is, but you know what I mean? It's like you have shit like that. It's like I don't know. So you just see,
Well, like, see, and that's the thing, like, we go into SAT prep because we had this in 11th grade.
Yep.
And I go to the math portion of it, right? Because we would switch on and off for like, 3 weeks here, 3 weeks there, 3 weeks here, yada, yada, yada. The teacher for the SAT prep starts fucking putting trigonometry on there because you do learn it in Geometry B.
Yeah.
And I had only Geometry A.
Yeah.
Geometry B was in my third trimester, and I took SAT prep in the second trimester.
Yeah.
She throws it up on the board. Half the class is looking at it like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. When the fuck they start putting letters in it?
And she's like, oh yeah, you guys should be able to do this because your guys are learning it right now. Half the class is like, no, we ain't. I only have Geometry fucking A down. The fuck are you talking about? You know, like Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah. But that was just because the teacher, kind of expected it to.
Right.
Be
well, the
known.
teacher, I know who you had as a teacher. She taught the advanced math. So all the kids in her class
pre-calc, calculus.
Well, yeah, exactly. They were taking like that. They actually took a trigonometry class.
Yeah.
In 11th grade.
Like,
in my senior year, I didn't take a math class because I didn't have to. I had already reached all the credits after junior year because I think either sophomore or junior year, I can't remember which one. I took personal finance, and that counts as a math credit. And then eventually we went to tech center. We took the construction class, and that counted as a math credit too. But if I didn't go to the tech center, I still wouldn't have taken a math class senior year because I had all the credits.
Right. Like, okay, so, like, to go back to the point of standardized testing should be, or not standardized testing, college applications should take into account, like, just your GPA to see how well you are. Like, I'm not afraid to talk about what I got. Like, my overall high school GPA was a 3.2, which is, A, B, and then sometimes a C. So, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it could have been better. But that's just because of shit that happened to me. And, I was a lazy little fucker in high school.
Was?
I was like, yeah, let me just play some games and shit.
Was?
Oh, yeah, I still am.
I was
Sorry.
Going to say nothing. More things change, more they stay the same.
No, but 3.2 isn't a bad isn't a bad grade.
It's a passing grade, obviously. Like I graduated high school.
It could be like a 1.12. So
yeah, true. Even the Marines would be like, it's too stupid for us. I think I graduated high school with a 3.85, 3.86, somewhere in there, and I was totally happy with that. Like there was times where I could have. Well, it's like I never studied unless the teacher was like, we're going to spend this whole fucking 72-minute class studying. I'd sit there and be like, I'd rather go fucking give myself a swirly in the bathroom, okay? I hated studying.
Right.
But I was fortunate. I was able to retain information when it was said, especially when it was written down. Hold on.
Little chimes going off in the background there.
Yeah. Okay, we're back now. Had to take a little break. I had a phone call, and then Dillon had to go do something. Jerk off. No.
Yeah, playing with myself.
Yeah.
Yummy.
No, but so to get back on what we were talking about, so I never studied
standardized testing and stuff.
Yeah. I never studied in school, unless, like I said, the teacher said, we're going to spend today studying. But like at home, I never did it because I didn't need to, and I get if I wanted to. My philosophy was, what was the ROI, return on investment? I could not study at all, and I got a 3.8 something in school. Okay, that was what I had. Okay, so that's a fact. Or I could study for an hour here, hour there to get I'd have to be more than an hour. I'd probably have to study for quite a while to get a 4.0. And to me, it just wasn't worth it. The return on investment wasn't there.
Yeah.
So like if I was at a 3.0 and all I had to do was study for like half hour, 45 minutes, maybe like a total for like an hour a week, and I could get to a 3.8, then yeah, I would, because that'd be a really good return on investment. But to go up only 0.15 or 0.2 and have to spend hours studying, fuck that.
That was not really my philosophy. I'm not saying I'm a bad test taker, but
you're just dumb.
My issue was it yeah, it's just stupid. No. My issue was every time I'd get an answer, I would second guess myself every fucking time.
Right.
So then I would overthink about it, and then I'd get the wrong answer anyways, because I was like, I got to change it anyways. I'm changing it,
Yeah.
And it'd be on the right answer. So
and then you change it to the wrong answer.
Yeah. Like throughout high school, I was like, you know what? I'm not fucking doing that anymore. The answer that I feel comfortable with is the answer I'm sticking with. Unless I knew that it'd be totally different than what it was. And that was the only time I did that. Like, I feel like intelligence isn't just rated on how well you can take tests and stuff. It's a lot of different things. It's how do you react in certain situations, or like a lot of jobs nowadays, they look at your problem-solving skills. Well, how good are you working on the fly?
Yeah.
That's something
changing,
I had an issue with as well.
How fast can you react to shit changing that
maybe
isn't what's supposed to happen? How fast can you react to it and properly adjust to it? Obviously, anybody can react to anything. Yeah, exactly. Anybody can react to something happening, but that doesn't mean you're going to react and do the proper thing that needs to be done.
Right.
So
it's how well you can take the necessary steps to correct whatever issue you have.
Correct.
And in that case, like a lot of like wisdom and stuff, or street smarts is a lot with experiences. If you don't have quite as many, you're probably not going to be as street smart as the rest of the kids that you know. But at least in my experience, wisdom comes from each of the experiences that either make you learn something new or does whatever to benefit you, or sometimes even actually have a negative impact on yourself with certain things.
Yeah.
But in that sense, like, I know a lot of kids were for you example, of course, academically, you were smarter than I was, because in school, I don't give a fuck. Don't ever do that. School's highly important. I mean, of course, don't.
Yeah, if you don't pay attention in school, you turn out to be two, certified fat asses working 9 to 5 and doing some shitty podcast.
Exactly. See, that's the thing.
And
No.
being total failures in life.
No, but and like
Certified fuck ups by 22.
I feel like I'm intelligent as well, just not in like
book wise.
the academic side
You're
of
more
things.
street. You're more street smart than book smart.
That's because, and even then, I'm actually not doing too bad with a 3.2.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's there's a lot of kids out there that, or people out there that 2.1, 2.8, shit like that. It's like, but of course everybody's different. But in the sense, I think I'm intelligent in certain ways, and there are areas, of course, to improve, and that's the most important thing. Especially, I feel like standardized testing doesn't really give you the necessary tools to actually improve yourself to get better at whatever you're learning. It just gives you a score like, this is how well you did. Yeah. Oh, well, what did I do wrong in order to correct that mistake?
Right. So, okay, let's move on. So, now time for something completely different. So, this one I saw when I was just cruising through Reddit, mostly looking when I was going to go to look for Am I the Asshole this week, and I just looked underneath Ask Reddit, and this one came up, and it says, what song breaks your heart every time you listen to it? A more question was, what song basically can you not listen to? Because if not, you'll just start crying. And to me, that song, as I wouldn't say corny, but as corny as it sounds, is Taps. I cannot listen to Taps, dude.
Taps is a very good song.
I know. Well, I know, but yes, for honoring a soldier or a Marine, sailor, Air Force pilot, whatever, dying, playing Taps, dude, fucking gets me every time. Cannot do it. Like, I'm fine. So, like, an example was I went to my this was a few years ago. My great grandfather died, and he was in World War II, as were a lot of great grandfathers who were in their 90s, I'm sure. And he died quite a few years, 2 or 3 years ago. I think 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I made it, went to the wedding, or not the wedding, I hope not, went to the funeral. That'd be an odd wedding.
That guy marrying someone.
Yeah. Do you take this as your husband? Well, where the fuck is he?
He kind of stinks.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No, I don't. I have to do all the work around this goddamn house. He just lays there in that fucking casket all fucking day. Doesn't do a goddamn thing.
God damn it.
Freaking asshole. No. Went to the funeral and was fine all during the funeral. Was fine. Didn't, no crying, no nothing. And then, they folded up. They did the 13 folds on the flag. And then they put a coin in the flag, and they gave it to my grandfather. And they did the 21 gun salute outside. And then they started playing Taps. Right then, boom, lost it. Lost it. The minute they started doing Taps, I was fine during the 21 gun salute. Started doing Taps, it was over. I don't know why. That always gets me. And like every year, before the Indy 500, obviously that's ran the Sunday before Memorial Day. During the pre-race ceremonies, they'll play Taps, obviously to remember all the men and women who have gave their lives so we can live in this country. Yep.
Faux show.
Right, and they'll play Taps, and like I almost have to leave the room or change the channel because it's like it's bad.
Like, see, and that's another thing. I hate the misconception that, like, I guess men in general aren't allowed to feel things. That shit pisses me off. It's just like they're human beings,
Yeah.
Like, of course, there's gonna be certain triggers and shit. Like, so, but the song that gets me is "He Didn't Have to Be" by Brad Paisley, and
I don't think I
it's
ever heard
just
that song.
because it reminds me a lot of my dad. So, to give a little bit of context, I am technically adopted. Like
Technically,
I
there
had,
is no technically. You are.
well, in the sense that
Your current father is not in any way
is not
in any way,
biologically related to me.
related in
But
any way.
legally, he is my dad.
Illegally?
No, legally,
Oh, okay.
legally. Like,
Legally.
so my mom
Legal,
is my
legal,
mom.
legally.
Okay, and basically the only thing that changed was my last name. So my mom married my dad, but he wasn't my dad then.
Yeah,
And
he's a
then,
stepdad.
yep. So just to make it easier, my stepdad then said, "Hey, your real dad gave us permission to adopt you." So a few years later, we got adopted. So then now he's our dad. But it was me and my sister. So we have the same. Of course, we have the same mom and the same dad now. But
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that song every fucking time. There is one specific part in it chokes me up every fucking time. I cannot get through it
Yeah.
without at least fucking damn near crying
Right.
because
So
it means a lot to me.
I
So.
think also too, there's times where like something will happen and then like the perfect song will come on like on the radio by chance, by just fucking chance. So like a family friend of our family, his brother-in-law I think unexpectedly died. Actually he worked for General Motors, was on his way to work and died on his way to work. Pulled over on the side of the road because I think they said he died of a heart attack or something. Pulled over on the side of the road and died. So he didn't wreck the truck. The truck was fine. So obviously, the wrecker came. They took the truck to police impound just for the time being. Obviously, they had to pay an impound fees just to get it off the road.
Right.
And then the son of the dad went to go pick up the truck, got in, to bring it back home. Got in the truck, started driving, and the first song that came on the radio was "Stairway to Heaven."
What the fuck?
Yes. Turned on the radio and
That's crazy.
yeah, like what are the fucking odds out of all the songs that are in a classic rock, selection or a roll on a classic rock station, "Stairway to Heaven" comes on.
Right.
So, dude, if that happened, I'd be like, if that happened, I did that, I'd be like, you know what? Nah, I'll walk home. Truck can stay here.
You know what? Hey, yeah, get the police over here. Like, guys, yeah.
Yeah, no.
You guys gotta take it, 'cause no.
Yeah, no.
No.
No. Do you need a ride? No. No.
No.
I'll find my own way home. Don't worry about me, boys. Dude, that's...
Yeah,
that's pretty nutty.
yeah, that's another good debate topic, actually.
What?
We can save for another episode. Is if ghosts are actually real.
Ooh, paranormal. I have feelings. You know what's funny? I just watched a video yesterday about some sanatorium in outside of Louisville, Kentucky, on YouTube yesterday.
Oh shit!
Because the sanatorium was basically built for when tuberculosis was, a thing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those.
And
yeah.
so, obviously a fuckload of people died. And so they say that the sanatorium is is one of the most haunted places in the world. So, but it's just funny that I just watched a video on that yesterday. So, okay, let's stop being so Debbie Downers and let's move
Sappy, let's stop being no, I'm playing.
Let's move on to some stupid fucks for our weekly stupid report.
Yes, sir.
So, this first story is, well, let's start with this.
I was right. Hold on.
So you apply for a job, right?
Hold on.
Oh, what am I holding up for?
There's,
What?
we have YouTube that we're gonna play later on, right?
Yes.
I click on one of them. Guess what? Fucking ad shows up.
What?
Podbean. They're watching.
Fuckers.
Podbean, come on, man.
Come on.
I'm trying to get shit done
Come
here.
on.
All
I
right,
already gave you money. Fuck off. All right. No. So okay, say you apply for a job. You're gonna go to the interview. What's one thing? What's the worst thing you could possibly do showing up or at a job interview?
Showing up. I would say during the interview, if you had like a record and you didn't tell them about it, then them finding out.
No. Showing up late.
Oh yeah, that's a yeah. Oh
that
yeah,
would be by far. I think by far anything that would be the worst thing you can do is showing up late to a job interview because you don't even have to you're not even done anything of any of the job interview and you've already fucked up.
They already have an idea of what you're going to be like.
Correct, and you've already fucked up. So, well, this woman in Muncie, Indiana was not going to let that stop her, okay? She stole a Kia from a car dealership to go to a job interview. Okay, now that's already not something you should do. You should never steal cars, okay? But the job interview she was going for was to be, the news article put it nicely, but I'm going to just say what everybody else says, to be a stripper.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, you know what? I won't judge people on what they do because, like, get that bread. Do what you got to do.
Right.
But, come on, man. Don't steal cars just for a job interview to be a stripper. Oh, man.
Yeah, Jesus. So what? Well, she said.
Can we ask why you stole this car? I was late to a job interview. Oh my God. Was it like important?
Yeah, it's to be
I
fucking
just wanted to be a stripper.
Make them fucking Washingtons, man.
No, I'll see you Friday night, officer.
So she said the police claim an Indiana woman didn't think it was a big deal. Big deal. You shouldn't steal cars in the first place. But she came into this dealership asking to look at a 2013 Kia Optima. And the employee had been preparing the car for a test drive, but said the phone kept ringing. And every time he'd pick up the phone, there'd be nobody on the other end of the line when he'd answer. So he reportedly told the woman to wait a minute while he answered the phone yet again. And then the bitch, the whore, was just like, I gotta go. Coochie is calling. Gotta roll. And she just took off. Took off in the car.
Got some coochie critters going.
Yeah. Fucking A. Don't do drugs, kids. She at least
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
She at least returned the vehicle by dropping it off in the parking lot at a mall located next door to the dealership. So, and leaving the keys in the car. So, I mean, I guess you could argue I was just renting it, man. It's just a rental car. I brought it back.
You just borrowed it.
Yeah, I just borrowed it. I mean, it would have been funny if she came back and put gas in it too.
Yeah, you go to the dealership, you give them the keys back. Hey, I stole this, but I didn't actually steal it because I brought it back. Topped her off in the gas tank. Oil's changed.
Yeah,
it's all good to go.
Gave it an oil change. Yeah, changed out the transmission. Fucking brand new motor. Thing is mint. All right. Like, you had it for fucking 20 minutes. How the hell did you do all that? Then you come out and go look at the car. It's sitting on fucking cinder blocks. The tires are gone. Fucking open the hood. The engine's gone.
Yeah, like, it's so suspicious, so they have to check on it. They're like, oh, God, here we go.
Oh, fuck. So, this next story is, this happened a few weeks ago, and I didn't want to play it, or I didn't want to do it because I thought it would be a little cruel, and it still kind of is. So if you don't like very insensitive jokes, well, first of all, I don't know why the hell you're listening. Second off, maybe skip through the next few minutes because this next one is about a woman who got hit by a car in Louisiana, was laying in the middle of the street, and then the car was a hit and run. No, it wasn't Dillon's coworker. The car...
No, it was not Michael.
Yeah, the car kept going. And then a little while later, a couple minutes later, I don't remember, I think this was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, police officer came flying through and then hit the woman in the street. Dead woman in the street. So, this is the news story for it.
A single sandal lies in the middle of North Foster Road. It flew off of the foot of 38-year-old Quiana Brown when she was hit by two cars at this intersection. Balloons and flowers are tied to the light post here. According to Baton Rouge police, she was hit by a driver who kept going, then run over by a responding BRPD officer. WBRZ has obtained video of both incidents, and we want to warn you, it may be disturbing for some. We've chosen not to show the moments of impact in either instance.
So, if you just said it was going to be disturbing for some, and then you say you're not going to show the moment the woman gets smoked, then how is it disturbing? It seems like I get why they're doing it.
They didn't want to show the impact.
Right. But then how is it disturbing? You're not showing her getting smoked.
Right.
You know, I just think it's a pointless sensory thing. But I get it. It's a cover your ass thing.
The first and likely fatal hit happens around 11:40 Saturday night. Brown is standing behind the light post here. You can see a sedan come flying through the intersection. Witnesses say she was dragged underneath the car to this point. After a crowd has gathered, about 10 minutes later, a responding BRPD unit drives right over her. You can see the crowd react in that moment.
If that's not God saying, stay down, I don't know what is then.
Bruh. I feel so bad. 'Cause obviously, she died.
Yeah.
There's no way. She might have got lucky. She might have got lucky the first time. But
yeah, that's like
just kind of
like when I first
adding salt to the wound.
Adding insult to death. No. When I saw this or heard this, the first thing that came to my mind is when me, you, and Andy, and I don't remember, it might have been Brianna, your girlfriend Brianna. We're playing Grand Theft Auto online, and we were in this van. we were in a van. Yeah. We were about to start some on GTA Online. They had like the missions or the heists you could do. We were about to start a heist. And we're going, me, Dillon, and Brianna were all in the van. And Andy, for whatever reason, I think he died, so we had to go pick him up where he spawned at. And so we start going, we drive over to go pick him up in the van. Dillon's driving. And Andy's sitting there on the corner waiting to get picked up. And Dillon just fucking straight up runs his ass over. Completely runs him over, crashes into a building, right? Andy's character gets fucking smoked. Laying there on the ground, didn't die. So then, after a second, his character starts getting up, so then Dillon backs up over top of him and fucking crushes him again. It was the funniest shit ever. It was just so good. That's what made me, when I saw this, that was the first thing I thought of, was that. When you fucking ran over Andy and then backed up over top of him. Oh, fuck, that was so funny. God, it's probably one of those things where it's funnier when it actually being there when it happened compared to like on a story. But fuck me, was it funny?
Several people in the area said they knew Brown well until she recently had a baby. She was known to dart in and out of traffic in the area, sometimes even seen dancing in the intersection.
You know, it really is a mystery how she got fucking hit by a car.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I felt bad for... I was kind of like, maybe we shouldn't joke about this.
I'm gonna say right now, that was
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She fucking darted in and out of traffic and danced in the middle of the street.
She's playing real life Frogger, you know. That was the line right there. That was the line right there. That was like, okay, yes, I think we can do this one. If it wasn't like for that, she just got hit, I wouldn't have done it. But that line right there, like I said, it's a real mystery why she got hit. I can't figure it out. You know, and it's like there's
a lot of things, like a lot of things that went wrong. Like obviously the sedan. I mean, that shit was flying by.
Yeah.
Dude's playing Need for Speed for no reason.
Maybe he's got a shit.
Man, he got a turtle head poking out.
Losing the battle.
But yeah, so the other part of that would be her dancing in the fucking road.
Yeah, that's And like I said,
I don't know about.
This happened at night. All right, this was a black woman, so it's going to be hard to see at night. You can't see what she's wearing clothes-wise in the video and shit. But it's at night. The car didn't drive up on the sidewalk and hit her because it would have hit a light pole if it did that. So she was in the street when she got smoked.
See, I would even argue it doesn't matter what fucking race you are. You're not going to be a flashlight to these people at night.
True.
Like, especially me, I don't drive at night very often, but when I do, it has to be a clear night. If it's raining and shit, oh my God, my eyes are so bad to adjusting to see everything. It's bad. It's terrible. And I have astigmatism in both eyes. So, all the lights have those cool lines going through
them. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know what you mean because I don't have that problem, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's...
Police are looking for the driver who hit her and continued driving and are asking anyone with information to call them.
That's all we need. Like I said, I wouldn't have done that except that line where she's playing fucking real life Frogger in the street. That's... You, like I said, your first half of it, you feel bad.
You want, just
don't be dumb. Yeah. Don't be dumb.
Oh my God. Best advice ever. Okay, here's the thing. This was my philosophy no matter what. Do what you want as long as it's not illegal. You're not going to get yourself hurt or you're not going to hurt others. Okay? If you dancing out in the middle of the road is what you want to do, go to a fucking parking lot and do it, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Get your fucking cheap thrills somewhere else. There's this great drug called cocaine. It'll make you sniff the light pole for like 10 minutes. All right? Just fucking do that or something. No, I'm just kidding. I do not condone the drug usage of any type of substance.
Except meth.
I am not telling anybody to actually do these drugs. I'm just giving an example. Don't sue me, all right? Don't sue me.
We have to put a fucking cautionary thing at the beginning. If you are easily offended or are easily persuaded in any way, fuck off and don't listen. Yeah. All right, let's move to something a little more chipper. This Florida man got arrested and accused of stealing.
Hold on, y'all are gonna know it's gonna be good when the first words is.
Florida man.
This Florida man.
Yes. He was arrested and accused of illegal drug ring. Not like meth or cocaine, like the good shit. Pills. But not the pills you're probably expecting.
A 77-year-old Florida man was arrested by the feds, accused of having thousands of dollars worth of illegal pills used to treat erectile dysfunction. The Justice Department says Reginald...
Yes, that's right. Arrested for having thousands of ED pills.
Bruh. They show the mugshot, and he 100% looks like somebody that would do this.
No, he's happy. He's like, hell yeah. I did that.
Hell yeah, my penis is great.
Yeah, do you think he thought long and hard over this, or it just was something that just came about? I'm sorry. I'll let myself out.
Wait. See if this works, because I got a great sound for that. Hopefully that shuts up on the podcast.
I think it did, but I mean, I can hear it, so I'd assume it came through. If it didn't, he played the...
That's right, fuckers, I got my own sideboard. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, the Discord's like, alright, it's enough fun. Stops working.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! But what gets even wilder is who this guy was selling the pills to.
Kinser had more than $1,800 worth of pills that were off-brand stashed in his house. Pills he allegedly got without a prescription from a licensed doctor, with plans to redistribute the drugs in and outside of the state. But the kicker here, according to the feds, he was distributing them to elderly people living at the village's retirement community. And residents say they're disappointed that he got arrested.
Yeah, man, how am I supposed to fucking bone down Meredith 2 doors down? I can't get it up. I got sad flagpole here. I need happy flagpole. Fucking getting soft serve.
Wild,
getting
dude.
fucking soft serve dick.
That's crazy.
Dude's
selling them to his neighbors. He's like, yeah, I got that good pill that'll help you get your little willy hard.
Yeah, everybody's walking down the street with their ass slowly poked out because you're walking with a hard on.
Yeah, the old tuck it in the waistband type shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go up a belt loop on this one. What's funny is they interview a couple of the people, dude.
Considering the neighborhood pharmacist, absolutely, that's what we do. Help a girl out.
Well, I'm just sorry he got busted before I had a chance to buy from him.
Dude, that last guy looks like a total pervert.
Yo!
Last guy looks like
sorry,
a
he got
total...
busted before I had to buy something from him.
Maybe he was selling them like, pennies on the dollar or some shit. You go buy... I don't even know how much Viagra is. I know it's not cheap. It's definitely no fucking cheap date. If I don't, obviously I don't need Viagra, I'm only 22, but if I did, honey, we're using the full 4 hours worth, okay? And if we're going past 4 hours, to me, that's free time, all right? That's bonus time. Oh my God. Like I said, you think, oh, okay, he got arrested in a drug ring. Not the drug ring you think. Oh, fucking A.
Yeah, we busted this old guy for selling drugs. Oh, really? What'd you bust him for? Boner pills. Huh? Fucking boner pills?
Yeah, that was a hard arrest.
God.
Do you think maybe in the back he has he's selling ED pills up front, but then he's like, hey, if you have a weird curve, I got these PD pills too. Fuck off, Dillon. I'll fucking mute your ass right now and you won't come through. I got these Peyronie's disease pills, That way you're not, scratching her fucking inner leg, Oh, fucking A. That's... Like I said, when you see Florida Man, you already know it's going to be a banger.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, going on to another job one. This one, the woman did not steal a car to go to a job interview. But if you say you got hired for a job, say, we're in Michigan, say you got hired for a job in, let's say, Texas, right? You're going to have to move. You have to, uproot your whole life and move to Texas, right? What would be one thing you made sure before you moved to Texas? Would be that you got the job. And if the Discord stopped working, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
okay.
it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah, you would make sure. I thought I smelled smoke. You would make sure you had the job. You signed either a contract.
You all leave the podcast right now.
You signed a contract, or you have some sort of document proving that you got said job.
It's solidified. It is solidified to make sure you are actually working there.
Correct.
Yes.
Well, this woman who lived in Florida, she applied this summer for a job as a cheerleading coach at a college in Virginia, and she heard back. She graduated with a master's degree in global sports business from Rutgers in 2022. She said the head coach of the cheerleading program at the Virginia College arranged for her first interview with her over Microsoft Teams or Skype in June. She posted a TikTok way back in September about it. She's like, the interview was amazing. Went an hour and a half. And it felt like I knew this guy my whole life. And I'm assuming she's talking to the athletic director. I don't think was she going to be a head coach? So I think she was talking to an athletic director at the college because she's applying for the head coach position. Or I don't know if the old head coach is helping with the interviews or something, or whatever.
Right.
So, but she said she received an email from the coach, or maybe it's an assistant doing it. I don't know. Email from the coach asking her to visit the college facilities in Virginia. They rented her, she said they rented me a car. I got there. The interview lasted 5 hours on location. So same thing as the first interview. We just couldn't shut up. We really enjoyed talking about the job, and it was really exciting. She said at the end of her second interview, the head coach told her he wanted to hire her for the role. Okay, so obviously she was going to be some assistant coach. He sent her an email with her job details, expectations, all that stuff on it. She told Insider, because that's who this article is through, she never received a contract or offer letter to sign. Let's see. The College Insider viewed copies of more than a dozen emails between this lady and the head coach who organized her move to Virginia. Because, like I said, she lived in Florida. So the college was helping her move to Virginia. Because, she had to uproot her whole life and move to Virginia. On July 11th, she received an email from the head coach telling her that she was to start work on August 1st, and that she should submit her details to Human Resources through a job posting on the university's website. He's like, this is nearly a formality. We can get you in the system with HR, all that stuff to set you up on payroll, benefits, all that good stuff. And completing this now would probably mean you would be on the pay period starting August 1st. She then spoke with the head coach twice a week throughout July to discuss how she would step into the job. Several emails back and forth, trying to help her a hand with a few administrative tasks, organizing a camp itinerary for the cheerleading team and all that stuff. To kick off her move, she said she terminated her lease in Florida and booked a storage unit in Virginia to keep all her belongings. She rented a moving truck, which her boyfriend drove 13 hours to Virginia while she followed in a car behind. After settling into a hotel, she began working August 1st and immediately started carrying out her new responsibilities and coaching about 50 athletes at the college. Everything seems to be going fine, right? Got the job. Everything's going great. She says, I showed up in person. I was purchasing, ordering stuff, doing a lot of official business with the team. To me, it felt like everything was a done deal. But it took for a turn when her boss asked her on August 8th to check whether Human Resources had received her personal details. When she emailed HR, they said they received her job application. And that was it. They said, your application is currently under review by the department, and if you are selected to move forward in the hiring process, a hiring manager will contact you directly. The HR department added in its email that she could browse other job openings at the university, but she'd already worked at the university for like 8 days by that point. She replied to the HR saying that she had been hired and assumed it was a clerical error. On August 9th, her boss asked whether there was anything that might cause problems with her background check. When she emailed the Human Resources again, but was told her application never reached a stage in which her employer would need to run a background check. She told Insider that her boss agreed on August 9th that she shouldn't return to work until the hiring situation was resolved. On August 10th, an HR employee called her saying that the company had decided to move forward with other applicants for the job. And a call from HR on August 11th.
Pick somebody when they're already fucking down. What a bunch of dicks.
A call from HR on August 11th said they said that this is now an issue where there's no record of you. There's no hiring process for you at all. She had never been actually officially hired at the university. The university did reimburse her about $1,500 for the week's worth she did, plus moving to Virginia to help with it. So at least the university wasn't totally like, oh, what's your fucking problem? They at least, did something to help out. But she temporarily moved in with her parents who live in Pennsylvania and is now working a part-time job in the meantime. So I don't know where the fuck up occurred, but that's a pretty major fuck up right there. So remember, kids, make sure if you get a job, make sure you have it in fucking writing, or you have a contract that is signed by both parties, so you can have legal something that you are to start at this job, at this place, at this time, on this date, whatever. Don't,
What a shit show, dude. Like,
that's...
fuck. Could you imagine working somewhere, not, of course she didn't work for free because she got reimbursed and stuff, but yeah. Could you imagine working 6 days for free for somebody and then they tell you, yeah, you're not getting hired, sorry. Yeah, it's like, damn.
Damn. That would suck. So, But hey, I tell you what, probably won't fuck that up again.
Oh fuck no.
So
Because if it did, they'd be like, oh, I think we kind of dodged a bullet on this one, guys.
yeah, no shit. So okay, let's just say hypothetically, you and Brianna are only you guys haven't officially started dating yet, okay?
Right.
You meet her on a dating app, whatever, and you agree, okay, yeah, let's go somewhere and meet for drinks, okay? You go somewhere for drinks. What would you consider be appropriate for a first date like that? If you're going for drinks, now there might be like obviously probably some eating involved, but what would be like appropriate, to you for a first date?
Probably like just your standard. If we went out for drinks, probably like a few like appetizers, drinks here and there. But I would say right around like cost wise, or
yeah, sure, we'll go. Well, not necessarily cost wise, because I guess it all depends on where you go. But like, maybe like you just said, couple maybe an appetizers. Like that, because you're only going for drinks. It's not like you're going for dinner. You were just going for
wings,
drinks,
chips, whatever.
Yeah, correct. Okay, this woman in Atlanta, she posted a video on TikTok. She met this guy on a dating website, and they both agreed to meet for a drink, and they had been talking for weeks. So they decided to go. They went to this place called Fontaine's in Atlanta, and they claim to be the best oysters in Atlanta. So the lady put in a few orders for oysters. I don't know how much the oysters are, okay, but I don't think that's, that's like, okay, as long as the guy's like, okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever. She ended up eating a total of 48 oysters.
Fucking Christ.
48.
Damn, little lady, you sure can't put it away.
She said when the fourth tray came out, he looked at me like he was looking at me like I was crazy. Yeah, I think you fucking are, bitch.
Don't get me wrong. Everybody get, you can have, holy fuck. What? Hold on. Hold the fucking phone right now.
Well, before you go on. So she was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, you invited me out. I'm going to eat. But fuck, man. And not only did she order oysters, she also ordered a thing of crab cakes and a side of potatoes. After she was done feasting, like it was the Last Supper, she noticed her date had gone to the bathroom 30 minutes ago and had never returned. Upon realizing he had skipped out on the bill, she paid for the tab, calling his maneuver crazy. Oh my god. This bitch is so fucking world revolves around me, rose-colored glasses whore. Okay, you just ran up. I would have to guess probably a triple-digit tab. Easy. Triple-digit tab. Easy. Okay?
How many did she order?
40. She ate 48 oysters.
Okay.
Plus a side of crab cakes, plus a side of potatoes.
Oh my god, hold on. We're going to actually calculate this.
The guy...
Well, the average is... It was 4 trays, right?
That was when the fourth tray
4 trays
came.
of oysters?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm assuming, yeah, there's probably 12 oysters on a tray. That would be your 48.
And then you said...
crab
what else
cakes.
Did you order?
Side of crab cakes and potatoes. It doesn't say what kind of potatoes. Could be scalloped, mashed, whatever.
God, hold on. What? I was like, no way, crab cakes. It depends on which one she got.
If she ordered that many oysters, probably the expensive ones. It's probably a safe bet. So while you continued, burning away the midnight oil in your calculator, the guy offered to cash app the total for the drinks, whatever that ended up being.
At least that,
And she posted the video on TikTok of her eating the oysters, slurping them down, because there's two ways to eat oysters. You can either, like eat it with a fork and then, take the meat out of the oyster and eat it, or you could lift the whole shell up and then, down the hatch it goes. Obviously without the shell. If you're eating the shell, man, you're eating oysters fucking wrong. It's
yes, eating the shell. It's funny.
Yeah, that's.
Shit. They don't have potatoes. Oh yeah, they do. Steamed red potatoes. Yeah, she almost spent $100.
And that's not even including the drinks. I don't know what they didn't say what they had for drinks.
Right.
But I would assume probably, unless it was fucking draft beer, it's probably easy $5 a drink. It's like
okay.
That's the problem. I think that's another misconception that women think, is that you go out on a date. Now, I do believe on the first date, the guy should pay on the first date to a certain extent. If you go and you order a fucking 16-course meal, fuck you, whore. Fuck you. Okay? You fat fuck. You can pay for that shit yourself. I offered to take you out on a date and you're acting like it's fucking Thanksgiving, okay? And you're acting like you're on death row. You're gonna die tomorrow, and this is the last meal you'll ever have.
Total, I think you get 6 oysters per tray.
Okay.
$161.
Yeah. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. That people like that is the problem. Is a massive problem. Someone didn't have fucking daddy when they grew up to fucking knock some sense into them. That's ridiculous. You don't go and do that type of shit. Now, if you've been dating for fucking, 2 years, and you both agree, yeah, we're gonna fucking eat out of house and home here at this oyster restaurant, okay. But a first date, fucking A. If anything, maybe stop at McDonald's before the date, eat something, show up, because then you do just have drinks and maybe a fucking side of French fries or some bullshit. Not that. Fucking A. They didn't show a picture of her, but she ate that many fucking oysters. I bet she's fucking, when she sits around the room, she sits around the fucking room. Fat bitch. Jesus fuck. Oh my god. Like I said, that's so out of line. And to think that for her to think that she did nothing wrong is the audacity of this bitch. Or is a saying I haven't said in a while. The stupidity here is just fucking amazing.
Fucking amazing.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I feel like there's a lot of things wrong, but I agree with you. Somebody on the first date, like with Brianna, the first time we went out, I paid for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you want to be respectful, you want to be a gentleman.
Now,
that's how you do it.
Now, if say Brianna offered to pay, or maybe say, hey, well, we can split the tab. Do you still insist on paying?
Yeah.
Yes?
I do.
To how far, though? Like, do you just, keep insisting? Or if she says, no, I don't want you to, then after a while, do you give in?
Yeah, after a certain,
so
this is how we have
if
it,
she's holding you at, at knife point, say, no, fucker, split the tab. Oh, okay, we'll split,
Like, she was okay with me paying for it.
Yes.
She's like, okay, but the next time, I'm paying for it. That's kind of like where we go.
Yes. Okay, so see, but, she's not banking on you, to just pay every time.
Right.
So, but like I said, she offered to the next time. So then that also means the next time you don't go in and be like, I'll take fucking 6 orders of filet mignon, please. I'm going to be here all night. No.
Right.
None of that bullshit. So, this next story. So this officer in Vallejo, I don't think that's California. It might be Arizona. I don't know off the top of my head. No, it is California. Vallejo, California. It's outside of San Francisco. Was seen in a video punching a woman. Now, I already have a problem with how this, because this news story says a TikTok video showed a Vallejo police officer punching a woman is beginning to go viral. So if you read that first line, that this news story is already basically indicting the officer of a crime.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
But, let's get something straight. Okay. Again, kind of circling to my beliefs. God damn it.
Spit it out, world.
There's a guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
His name's Donut Operator, right?
Yep.
And he does police breakdowns and stuff.
Yep.
A lot of the time, he's like, hey, this came from somebody filming it from one angle.
Yeah.
It's one angle.
Yeah.
God damn it. Do not believe everything you see on the internet. There is always a story behind it.
That is true. That's 100% true. Yeah, it's well, anyway, so going to the story, this is why I have a problem with this article of how it was written. It's still funny because of what the woman was arrested doing. The 50-second video, which has been seen over 500,000 times, showed the end of a police chase after a burglary of a Vallejo business. So it was at the end of a police chase. So she's already resisting arrest, okay, from the video. A business near Gateway Plaza Shopping Center was burglarized Friday, and this was written on a week ago, so it wouldn't have been this past Friday before. That prompted a pursuit in which the suspect was driving recklessly in a blue Nissan Altima and crashed into a cement truck. Yeah, you could probably guess who won that. In the area of Auto Mall Parkway, or whatever. She resisted arrest and tried to escape from the police. Around the 10-second mark of the video, if you watch the video, the officer is seen pulling the woman out of her car and slamming her against the truck. Shortly after, the officer is seen punching the woman at least once. Friday's events began when approximately $2,000 worth of merchandise was stolen from a business. Officers tried to conduct a traffic stop. The bitch refused to stop. Fucking took off, ran through a red light, crashed into not one but two vehicles, the last one being the cement truck. Again, you can probably guess who won that head-to-head matchup. The one of the cars she crashed into had a mother and her two 4-year-old sons inside of it. Inside the car.
Can I just be honest with something?
What?
I hate the people that...
They should have just shot her.
Like, no.
Fucking just...
No, I hate the people that are like, why is he punching her, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? If I was in that other car and I had my kid with me, she'd be lucky if it was just a fucking police officer punching her, because I would do it.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Sorry, but you put my life in danger because of your stupidity. You're about to get your ass whooped.
Yeah. So the mother suffered minor injuries, but thankfully the children were not hurt. After the collision, the passenger, so there was 2 people in the car, ran away, only to be apprehended a short time later. Obviously was not in track and field. The driver was not able to escape as the officer opened her car door to make the arrest. The woman actively continued to resist arrest, which prompted the officer to punch her. They loaded her up, hauled her away, and all that shit, and she's been indicted or whatever for, theft, stealing $2,000 worth of items, whatever it was clothes. It's funny because they say from an unnamed business, yet there's 3 Marshalls bags sitting there. So I'm assuming, unless she's a professional bringing in her own fucking bags, which you might think after this. Records show the driver was on felony probation for grand theft and shoplifting. She was also arrested on October 4th. Yes, October 4th, if you recall, is only about 3 weeks ago. In fact, when this story was written, a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, for allegedly stealing $3,000 worth of merchandise from another business. So,
oh my god,
that's the problem. I don't know what kind of bail system California has. Okay, she gets bail, or I don't think California has a no cash bail thing like Illinois and New York do, which are fucking disasters. Okay, but it was probably like a low bail. She meets that bail. She goes out and does the same fucking thing. The same thing. How stupid can you be? That's almost as dumb as this guy in Alaska tried to steal or robbed a bank 5 years ago. Robbed a bank, right? Passed the teller note, said this is a bank robbery. You know, give me all your money and all that bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Collects all the money, right? Except on the piece of paper he gave the bank teller had all his information on it, like his name, his address, his birthday, and all that shit. And a picture of himself, because I'm assuming he was probably wearing a ski mask. Well, the cops pulled up to the bank, and he was outside of the bank counting the money.
Bro.
It gets better. 5 years later, right? He gets out of prison, goes to rob a bank, and robs the same fucking bank. Shows up at like 8 o'clock or something. The bank opens at 9, and is like, pulling on the doors to be let in. Passes a note through the door that says, this is a bank robbery, give me all your money. And the bank's like, homie, we don't open for another hour. And so the bank calls the police. Police shows up, sure as shit, he's still sitting there pulling on the doors trying to get into the bank. And so he gets arrested again for robbing a bank. It's like, dude, first of all, don't go to the same fucking bank. Second of all, make sure
they showed up and they caught him licking the fucking window there.
He probably was licking the window. I think he went on too many of Miss Frizz's fucking trips. Because
how the fuck are you gonna be that dumb?
Yeah, it's like I said, when you go to rob a bank, if you were to ever rob a bank, make sure of one thing. One, it's not next to a police station. That would be kind of crucial, Number two, make sure the bank's open. If it were me, if I were to rob a bank, I probably wouldn't rob it on a Sunday. Just a guess. Probably might not be a good day to rob said bank.
All right, this is our plan. We're gonna get it ready, and we're gonna go on Sunday. But boss, the bank isn't open on Sunday. Fuck you, Jimmy. I know what I'm doing. Fucking get there. No one's there. Hey, the door's locked. What the fuck?
What do you mean they're not? What do you mean they don't open until tomorrow at 9 a.m.? No one really throw you off if you went there like 2 Mondays ago and you're fucking like, hey, open up. This is a bank robbery. It's Columbus Day. They ain't open. Fucking dumbass. Yeah, it's that. Those two are in the running for this episode's. If Stupid had a name, yes, it's those two fuckers. Those two are in the running. But right now, I'm still leaning towards the lady for being a total fucking bitch.
Don't get me wrong. There are like certain situations where it's excessive force, but in this case, not really.
No, I was talking about the lady that ate half the ocean's worth of fucking oysters on a first date.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't specific. That's my bad. I wasn't specific.
Well, but still. In this case, she.
Hey,
around, find out. That's what happens.
Hey, he didn't shoot her. Okay? Didn't shoot her. So.
No, he did not.
Uber Eats released their statistics from this past year. And there was some interesting things in the report. So, the top 10 delivery requests across the U.S., according to the company, would be like stuff like number 1 was no onions, which I don't like onions. So, yeah, I'd be no onions. Dressing on the side is number 2. Ranch. Number 3, extra soy sauce. Spicy. I guess sauce on the side and I guess dressing on the side should be the same thing, but it's not. No lettuce, no jalapenos, extra gravy, no slaw. Like normal stuff like that. That's the top 10. The top 5 most interesting food and drink pairings are a ribeye steak and vodka. Yes, we're going to get shit-faced tonight, beauty. A cheeseburger and frozen margarita. Now, I say that's probably when Jimmy Buffett died because that'd be a fantastic meal, in my opinion, is a cheeseburger and a margarita when Jimmy Buffett died. Number 3 is chicken and a frozen pina colada. Number 4 was a lobster tail and apple whiskey. And number 5 is tamales and daiquiris. Or daiquiris or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah, so the most popular delivery food combos were a burrito bowl and cheese, french fries and salt, chicken sandwich and lettuce, cheeseburger and mustard, and wings and ranch. Some of these requests, they weren't popular, but fuck me, are they weird. Now, Dillon, if you ordered a steak, what would be one thing you'd have to go with your steak?
Well, I know you say this is a crime against food. I would either have steak with mashed potatoes, or if I was picking like something to actually with the steak, A1 sauce.
All right, that's the end of our
Steak sauce.
show.
Sometimes-
We're gonna do another one after this. I'm gonna go drive over to Dillon's house and fucking mortally kill him.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. And I'm just telling you ahead of time, so you have time to prepare. Maybe have one of your last little steak and A1 sauce fucking meals before I come there and blow your fucking brains out and paint your walls. Okay? I was fine with the steak and mashed potatoes. Asshole. How about so instead of A1 steak sauce, how about you try jelly on your steak? How about you try that next time?
How about no?
Why not? That was a request someone made, was a steak and jelly.
Guess what? I don't give a fuck. I'm not eating no steak with fucking grape jelly. Yeah, you know what this steak needs? Some Welch's grape jelly. Could you imagine going to a fucking steakhouse?
Hey,
do you
Jimmy,
guys,
do we got
do you guys
any...
have to sell jelly here?
Jimmy, do we got any smuckers in the fucking fridge? This steak needs some smuckers on it. What's one thing that goes good with cottage cheese? And my vote is applesauce. Applesauce and cottage cheese, fucking fantastic.
I'm a little weird. I take barbecue chips.
I've heard that. Weird. You can live. You can stay. How about mustard? You want to try mustard next time? Put some mustard in cottage cheese? Why not?
Not really.
Honestly, somebody likes it. Or somebody's. You like avocados? How about avocados? You like avocados?
I don't like avocados, but I love guacamole.
Okay. How about maybe you like avocados if you have it with some condensed milk? And if you don't know what condensed milk is, it's powdered milk. You add water to it, and that's how you make milk.
It's ass.
Or as Dillon will sometimes say, it's like raw asshole.
Raw asshole.
How about everybody likes pasta sauce, right? Put pasta sauce. You put pasta sauce in your spaghetti, in your Alfredo. That kind of makes the pasta what it is. Because, as I've said before, when we were talking about food crimes, pasta is the fucking same. It's what you add with the pasta is what makes it what it is. How about you add some 50% sea, 50% seaweed to your pasta sauce?
See, I don't find that too weird. I would never eat it because I heard seaweed is absolutely disgusting.
Well, it's what they put in so they wrap what the fuck do they wrap seaweed?
Sushi.
Yeah, sushi. Not always, but yeah, some sushis are wrapped in seaweed, or rolled in seaweed rather.
Yeah, it's it's some type of roll. I can't remember
spring
what
roll.
It is, but
might be spring roll.
Yeah, that's what it is. Spring roll.
Not all spring rolls. Some.
Yeah, some. Because I mean, you do have herbs and stuff in pasta, but it adds to the flavor. But yeah, it's.
All right, how about this last one?
I would never.
How about this last one they have listed? Okay, everybody likes butter. Butter is great. Fucking love butter. Cook with butter. You put butter in this. Butter's like bacon. You put butter, bacon, and everything. It's not gonna make it worse. It's not gonna make it worse. How about some pickled onions? You want some pickled onions in your butter?
Not really.
I didn't even know
onions are not good.
I didn't even know pickled onions were a fucking thing until I read this article.
Well, like if you've ever had, you know what pickled eggs are?
Yeah, disgusting as fuck.
Yeah, you usually take pickled beets and you put it in there.
Oh.
I think you do the same, pretty much.
It's probably the same thing. You take, either
you
quarters
take some
of
pickled
onions,
juice or whatever.
Yeah. Pickled bologna.
No,
on the other
I would
hand.
never eat
pickled bologna. Fantastic. shit right there. Had that with
Now,
some crackers
hold on,
and some cheese.
hold on.
Fuck yes.
Sauteed onions, which is just butter and onions.
Yep.
Like, and then you fry it. That shit slaps. That shit is so good. I know you don't like onions, but sauteed onions.
I'm fine with onions if it's cooked with something else. Like say, excuse me. Say you're making
onions.
Say you're making Go ahead.
I think there's a delay because we keep talking over each other.
I know there's a slight delay through Discord.
Take sauteed onions. The butter, for whatever reason, infuses with the onion flavor, so it takes it takes some of that onion flavor out.
When you saute anything, you should use real butter, not I can't believe it's not butter, margarine, real 100% unsalted butter.
So it's delicious.
Like I said, I'm fine with onions. Say like you're making like breakfast burritos and you have like peppers and onions and you saute them. That's fine if you cook it with that. But onions by itself, no, not happening. Our friend Andy, he doesn't eat onions as much as he used to because it gives him heartburn. He'd eat an onion like a fucking apple. A raw ass onion. Raw ass onion.
Yeah, that's how Brianna is.
Dude, I
just can't understand it.
Talk about if he finds somebody who has fucking garlic breath, set. Fuckers are set. Okay? I'd hate to be those kids. They're gonna be fucked with bad breath their whole life, but dude, he could kill. Dude, if he had onion breath or like bad garlic breath, you're gonna be able to kill a deer from 100 yards away. All right, and the deer's upwind. Okay, have a couple fucking mints. All right, just saying. Yeah, that's the one that got me. Steak and jelly. That doesn't even sound good, dude. Doesn't even sound
nice.
good. That's just ugh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So, all right.
Gives you the shivers.
Coming up, we have some Am I the Asshole and our What Are You So Mad About this week. But first, we're going to do some trivia. And I have
Whoa. Hold on. Before we get too excited about
yes, Dillon interrupted. But before we do trivia, we're going to do facts because I am dog shit remembering that fucking shit every week because I forgot this week and I fucking forgot last week too. That's all right. We're all about blue balling you fuckers. So we're just going to blue ball you about trivia a little bit. So
there is only one letter that doesn't appear in any American state name. There's a Z in Arizona and an X in Texas.
Let me guess,
but
Q.
no Q in any of them.
But there's a Q in Jason.
Yes, there is. There absolutely is a Q in Jason.
Jason with a Q.
And then our second fact, in 2014, there was a Tinder match in Antarctica. 2 research scientists matched on the global dating app in the most remote part of the world. A man working at the United States Antarctic McMurdo Station and a woman camping a 45-minute helicopter away. What are the chances? Fucking slim to none, dude. Holy shit.
And he's just trying to look for a piece of ass. And he's like, man, I'm in
He's too busy. He's tired of living in the sausage fest.
Man, I'm tired of fucking doing this shit myself. I need some closure around my my meat missile there, you know?
Closure?
I need it to go into a cave. And you're like, oh, what are the... Let me just scroll through Tinder and see what the meat I can't have. Hey, that looks like a pretty good roast beef sandwich. I'll take that. Holy shit, she's only 40. She's actually from Antarctica. Jackpot.
Oh my god.
So it's just another guy acting as a woman. Fuck. Oh, shit.
Catfishing them? Damn, get catfish.
Yeah, right? Fuck. So, do you want to be a big spoon or little spoon?
A little spoon.
Oh, fucking A. Okay, let's move on to some trivia. So,
trivia.
Dillon, you love Marvel movies. Marvel in general, correct?
I would also say I'm a huge fan of DC as well. A huge nerd. Just a huge nerd all around. But Marvel, comic, yes.
But preferably, yeah. You're not like, a Marvel, DC sucks, can shit on it, you know. You're not like that, but if you had to,
I'm more like, I like them both.
You like them both, okay. Well, I have here is 10 trivia questions about Marvel.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Now.
Watch, I'm going to fucking stutter all over all of them.
So, like I said, I have 10 questions here. You're going to have 90 seconds to answer all 10. I could do a minute, but I'm doing this by myself. Running a timer, checking the answers, doing all that shit. So, in writing down if you write down or if you say the wrong thing, okay? And they're not, like, stupid hard questions, but you got 90 seconds to answer all 10 of them, okay? I'm going to start at top. If you can pass, I'll come back to it, okay? And if you get all 10 right, you can ask for something from Brianna when you guys go to bed tonight, okay?
All right.
Okay. You have my permission to have to do some laundry tomorrow with the sheets. So, Dillon, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Your time will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. In the first Avengers movie, how many Avengers do we actually see?
6.
What was the first Marvel movie to earn $1 billion in the box office?
Black Panther.
Which 2 actors played Spider-Man before Tom Holland?
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Who can lift Thor's hammer?
Captain America.
In Avengers Endgame, who kills Thanos in the first half of the movie?
Thor does.
What newspaper does Peter Parker work for?
The Daily Bugle.
Who was the voice of Ultron?
Pass.
True or false? The Hulk is immune to all kinds of diseases and viruses.
True.
What is a Wolverine's original name?
Logan.
In Thor Ragnarok, which character says the first line?
Oh shit. Surtur?
Who was the voice of Ultron?
Fuck, I fucking know who it is. It's a dude from Blacklist. He's the main character. I don't know his name. I fucking don't know.
Okay, good. Well, you're out of time, so you didn't get that one. So you answered at 9. You answered 9 of them. How confident are you about the 9?
Not very.
Okay, we'll start at the top. In the first Avengers movie, how many Avengers do we actually see? You said 6. The answer is 6. That's correct. Which 2 actors played Spider-Man before Tom Holland? You said Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. That is correct. So 2 for 2.
Yay!
Who can lift Thor's hammer? Now, I was about to say, I thought you were going to be a smartass, say Thor. I'd be like, well, you're technically right, but I meant besides Thor. But thankfully you saw through that. Thank you. I didn't have to say that. You said Captain America, and that is correct. That's 3 for 3. In Avengers Endgame,
here we go.
Who kills Thanos in the first half of the movie? You said Thor. The correct answer is Thor. 4 for 4. Which newspaper does Peter Parker work for? You said the Daily Bugle. The Daily Bugle is correct. 5 for 5.
Here we go. This is where it's going to start going downhill.
True or false? The Hulk is immune to all kinds of diseases and viruses. You said true. The answer is true. That's 6 for 6.
Had me worried there.
What is Wolverine's original name? You said Logan.
It's James Howlett.
The answer is James Howlett. So you are wrong. So you are 6 for 7.
I panicked on that one.
And
I knew it wasn't Logan, but I couldn't remember.
Well, Logan is one of the movies. I think. It was the most recent one they did.
Logan is his new name.
Yeah. In Thor Ragnarok, which character says the first line? And you said what? Surtur?
I said Surtur.
Surtur?
S-U-T-U-R.
Well, it's still wrong because it is Thor.
It's Thor. Fuck. I was gonna say Thor, but I wasn't sure.
Who was the voice of Ultron? Well, you didn't answer. The correct answer is James Spader.
God damn it! Yeah, he plays in the Blacklist. I know his face. I just couldn't fucking remember his name.
Yeah. So this is
$1 billion one?
You're 6 for 9.
Youch.
So you're only back. Nice. 6 for 9.
Hell yeah! Oh, I'm sorry.
So right now you are actually just above failing. So if you can get this last one right, you can at least be at a C-. What was the first Marvel movie to earn $1 billion at the box office? You said Black Panther, which is funny because Black Panther only came out a few years ago, and if I do believe Endgame and Infinity War or Infinite, whatever it was called, both grossed $1 billion, and they came out before Black Panther.
Did they?
I'm pretty damn sure. You can check. But those two are neither the correct answer. The correct answer is the Avengers.
Oh, the first Avengers?
The first Avengers movie was the first one to gross $1 billion at the box office.
Let's see.
Now, I'm assuming that's worldwide, not just domestically.
Oh. Let's see. April 27th, 2018, Infinity War.
That made like $2.9 billion, didn't it? Something fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah. So Dillon, you got a 6 out of 10. You suck ass.
Damn.
So
it is still passing though. I mean,
barely by 1%, 0.5% actually, because 59.4 would be a fail.
But Black Panther did come out before Infinity War.
Oh, it did?
Yep, February 16th is when it came out. Infinity War came out in April.
Oh, so like 2 months, 3 months earlier. Yeah, but isn't Infinity War the second part of No, Endgame
Avengers Endgame is.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, I remember Black Panther was not a very well received movie.
Black Panther was.
Which one am I thinking of then? Not Wakanda. I thought
Black Panther Wakanda Forever was kind of, people were a little upset about that. But Black Panther, the first Black Panther, that movie was actually pretty good. The only thing I didn't like about it was the fucking end CGI was dog water.
Maybe that's what everyone was talking about.
Like that was dog water. It was absolute dog water. But
like Mass Effect
the movie itself was really good.
So, okay. So maybe next week I'll be able to come up with some new trivia for you, and maybe I'll do it on DC Comics, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do Marvel. Oh. Who knows? Or maybe I'll do something completely different.
Do not do DC.
Not as good.
I think I can get DC. I am a fucking DC fanboy 100%. I love both, but any question about Batman? Don't even.
Well, okay.
I know way too much.
I already know what Batman. The 10 questions are going to be next week, and I'm going to stump your ass hard.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to some assholes.
Do you touch grass? Fuck.
Grass? What the fuck is grass? What's that shit? You mean like weed? No, not weed. So, it's time for some Am I the Asshole? So this first one, it says, am I the asshole for not getting up with the baby this morning? Now, when you first hear of it, you might think, asshole. But, hear it out. So background. Me and my wife have been together for 5 years. Our son is 9 months old. Since he's been born, we have butted heads quite a lot on parenting styles and such, which is nothing new. That's very common. She became a very stereotypical first-time helicopter mom. I became the more stereotypical hands-off dad. Anytime he whines or anything, she's there picking him up where I leave him be and let him figure things out. Because sometimes he could just be, whining because he's just being a little asshole. My wife currently does not work. I work 4 10s, 4 10-hour days. So during the week, she typically gets up with the baby and takes care of him. When my alarm goes off, I usually take him for an hour or so and let her nap. She is constantly tired, and I've tried encouraging her to get a sleep study done because she actually gets more sleep than I do. But it isn't good sleep, good quality sleep. On my days off, I usually get up with him and let her sleep in as long as she wants. Over the weekend, she started not feeling good. So last night, Monday, I offered to get up with the kid in the morning. Many times he will wake up around 6:30 and just kind of chill in his crib without a sound. My wife will see this on the monitor because classic helicopter mom, she has not just a regular baby monitor. They have a fucking camera in the room. Anyway, so my wife will see this on the monitor and immediately jump up and go in there. Many times, though, he will either lie back down or when you pick him up, he will go right back to sleep on my shoulder for over an hour. You know, he could just be up, just be like, ooh, I just woke up, dropping this deuce in my diaper, and back to sleep.
Time to go back to bed.
Yeah.
Right.
Woo! I feel like a weight's been taken off my asshole. So fast forward to this morning. She kept the monitor on her side, but woke me up saying he was up. Are you getting up with him like you said? I said yes. Got up, put on clothes, because apparently this motherfucker sleeps naked. Used the bathroom and went to get him. When I opened the door, he was lying back down. So I backed out and quietly and closed the door. I went back into the room to grab the monitor and see if he nodded back off. My wife insisted that he was not asleep. I said, I know, but he may fall back asleep. She kept insisting he was up. I said, I'm watching him. I got this handled, honey. She wouldn't let it go. This whole time he was lying down with little fidgeting, not moving at all, really. Finally, I said, let me take care of him, or I'm just gonna get up, or just get up with him yourself. She said, fine, I'll just get up with him. She goes into his room and he stands up. So I turned off the monitor and went back to sleep for an hour. Am I the asshole? Dillon?
No, I don't think he's the asshole. Only because let's break this down a little bit. He's already told, her. The thing is I think she's kind of the asshole because she's not trusting him to do his job as a parent. It's kind of like breaking it down. Okay, if I go in there and the kid's just laying down, chilling, not crying, nothing, just kind of fidgeting by himself, all right, I'll let him be. Now, if he starts crying, I'm gonna go in there and see what's up.
Right? Yeah, because like I said, he could just
maybe he got a diaper needs to be changed, whatever.
Right, he could have just woke up, dropped the deuce in his diaper, and then went back to bed. Or he could have just woke up and then let him be. You don't want to go in there every time. Obviously, like I said, if the baby starts fucking screaming bloody murder, yeah, get your fucking ass in there. But if he's not upset in any way, babies will tell you when they are not happy. They will tell you.
Oh, yeah.
There's no problem about there's no fucking concerns about that shit. So, to just go in there without a whim and constantly just pick him up, he's going to get used to that. And now he's going to be so reliant. He's going to eventually be so reliant on a parent going to be being in there with him. Yep. He's going to be too dependent, and you're going to close the fucking door to leave, instantly bawling, instantly crying, and it's going to be very hard to break that fucking cycle. To break that. So
exactly.
Yeah, I agree. This guy, he didn't do anything wrong. I think the wife needs to. I get what obviously, first child, don't want to fuck it up, but you're fucking up by trying not to fuck it up.
Right, you're being overly cautious when you don't have to.
Correct. So this next one, the second one.
Can I do it? I want to do it.
You want to do it? You can do it.
Yeah, let me do it. Let me get this bread. Yeah. All right. Am I the asshole for leaving the room while my girlfriend was crying?
Yes, Dillon, you are an asshole. Oh, you mean this.
Throwaway. Me, 34 meters. Remember that? That was so fucking hilarious.
Yep.
Me, 34M, and my girlfriend Sally, 30F. Have been together for over 2 years.
No. 34 meters and 30 feet. That's what we're doing now.
30 feet, right.
30 feet. So me, 34 meters, and my girlfriend Sally.
And my girlfriend Sally, 30 feet.
Yep.
30 feet. Have been together for over 2 years.
Tall glass of water she is.
Some background info when I was a child. I went through an incredibly traumatic event. Due to this trauma, I cannot stand the sound/sight of people crying. If someone just sniffles a bit and has a couple of tears, then I'm okay. However, if someone breaks down sobbing, it can cause panic attacks/flashbacks. Sally is fully aware of this, but she never really seemed to take it seriously. She's not a very emotional person, so this fact has never caused an issue until now. A few days ago, Sally came over to my house unannounced. She frantically told me that her beloved dog of 13 years passed away. She then started heavily crying and latched onto me for support. I completely froze, pushed her off of me, and told her that I can't be around her right now. I went into the bathroom and sat on the floor in order to calm down. Sally continued to cry/scream at me through the door and called me a scumbag. She then laughed and is currently giving me the silent treatment. I feel like a horrible partner because I wasn't there when my girlfriend needed me, but I don't mean to be inconsiderate. I don't mean to be inconsiderate. Am I the asshole?
Fuck yeah, you are. 100%. 100%. Guy's an asshole. I don't care. We have therapy. There's this thing called therapy. If you have an issue, go to therapy and get some help. Okay?
I'm going to pause you right there.
Yes.
I'm going to pause you right there. He's the asshole for leaving her like that, like to kind of deal with it on her own. But at the same time, it is a trigger. It doesn't matter if you get therapy. Okay, he could have been getting therapy. If something triggers you, it's just going to automatically do it. Therapy is going to help with that no matter what. Right.
Yes.
But if he still gets... Okay, prime example. I didn't have a problem with the masks and like COVID. Or at least I didn't think I had an issue. Like, not like with putting them on and stuff. I didn't care, whatever, whack myself off. I could give less of a fuck. What I did have an issue with was, for whatever reason, when I put it on, I felt like I have asthma, and I was in the, of course you know this, I was hospitalized due to an asthma attack, right? And I had that BiPAP on. Well, for whatever reason, having the mask made me feel like I was back in there, and I'm like, my back started to hurt, and I'm like, oh my God, am I having an asthma attack right now? Like, and I started kind of like freaking out, and I had to pull my mask down because I was like, oh my God, I'm, fucking, yeah, it was weird, but, so I understand where he's coming from, but yes, in all reality, I think he could have put, this person could have pushed a little harder to just kind of support them. I think he did it in the best way he possibly could. Okay. I think he could have absolutely been like, can you fucking stop crying? You're really triggering me. Like, he could have been like a total dick about it, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead.
He's an asshole for not supporting his girlfriend. Okay, in this case, she has 100% valid reason to be crying. Okay, to have a dog that's definitely for 13 years and die. Any pet you have for that long and dying, yeah, you're gonna be fucking tore up, tearing up a box of Kleenex, tore up. All right.
Right.
And to go over to your boyfriends or girlfriends, whatever, if you take this out of just this story, to go over to your significant other's house and to get no support whatsoever. Yes, he could have been a dick and said, yo, bitch, shut up, okay? I'm going to fucking have a fucking panic attack, okay? Okay, now go back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. He could have been a total asshole about it, right? He kind of probably did what was, I wouldn't say best, because he could have, I'd say one thing, hopefully he doesn't ever have kids. Because, goddamn. He's never gonna fucking be able to live his life then if he has kids. Because all babies do is fucking cry, and cry some more.
Someone commented, and actually, I like it a lot.
Before you do that, I like this comment right here. It says, I hear Sexbox 3 or Sexbot 3000 doesn't require emotional support.
See, you aren't the asshole for having this trigger in response to your trauma, but you are the asshole if you expect everyone else to work around it without working on it yourself.
Yes. He did it.
Absolutely.
He said it in a nicer way. I was just trying to say it and be funny. Stop being an asshole. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's if you don't try to work on it, if you have an issue, and if you don't go to therapy to help out with that issue at all, don't get pissed off at people when they don't do anything You know, my world does not revolve around you, or the world does not revolve around you. Okay?
Exactly.
So take off your rose-colored glasses and stop thinking it's all me. Everybody has to do what, you know, supports me or what is appropriate for me or all that shit. No. No. That's... I don't know what happened because he didn't go into it, but you need to at least work on it. And maybe he has. That would have been an important thing to put in here, though. To say that.
Like,
that's
hey,
crucial
I've worked on it,
information.
but-
I've tried working on it, but I just can't. So, I don't know. Still an asshole.
Yeah, I overall, generally, I hate to say it because of the mental issue, but yeah, I'm gonna have to.
He's not an asshole for the mental issue. He's an asshole for not, like this guy said, doing anything and expecting people to work around it.
To do it for you. Yeah.
This would have been the time to show, you know, your girlfriend knows about it. This would have been the time to show you are a man and power through that. You know?
Or like, hey, you know, I've been having my own issue.
Yeah.
But listen, I might have to take a break, but I'm here for you.
Correct. Rather than just be like, bitch, get off me, you know? I can't be right around you right now. Correct, yeah. Yeah, if she's still a boy, you know, still girlfriend to him, fucking wife her up then, man.
But that's another thing. She knows about this, right? And she proceeded to scream at him because of it.
Well,
that's not helping either of you.
No, but I think it's still valid though.
It is valid, but
I don't think in the moment
for example,
she was really thinking about, he can't fucking be around people crying.
Right.
You know, she's just fucking tore up because her dog just died.
Hey, if you happen to listen to this, whoever you are, I need an update on the aftermath of this, because in a healthy relationship, okay, and I am gonna brag here, me and Brianna have a pretty healthy relationship.
Yo, bitch,
if I got mad
sandwich. Stay in the kitchen. You only talk when I'm spoken to, you asshole. Yeah, it's very healthy.
If I got mad at her or she got mad at me and we got into an argument about it, or we snapped at one another,
no blowjobs
and we
tonight.
made the other person upset, we always come back to it. And we talk about like, hey, apologize.
Cool off. Because the last thing
you don't want to say shit you're gonna regret.
Correct. You're gonna say something in the heat of the moment that you don't mean, but you're still gonna say it.
Or you're gonna react to something like snapping at them,
right?
And you don't mean to, but you know.
Correct.
So as long as you guys communicate about it and work your way through it, it'll be all right. And that's what makes a healthy relationship: communication.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Colton.
Yes.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
What are you so mad about this week?
Smacky. That was a smacktastic lip smack. Holy fuck. Let's roll into some. What are you so mad about?
Oh, I see.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frog gay.
Well, do it live. Do it live.
Well, I'm pissed off, Rick. How are you?
It tastes like some big brolic black dude named fucking McQueen. What in the hell are you doing? This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
That's a bigger.
Watch it, Bob. You know what really grinds my gears? You, America. Fuck you.
Why you have to be mad?
So what am I so mad about this week? Yes, that was a new song that I put together. Not song, but little thing I put together. So what am I so mad about this week? What I'm mad about is all these people that you hear shit all the time. And what I heard there was a thing I saw, or a thing I heard about this guy is building the largest or the most expensive house probably in the world. And if you add up the property value, it's gonna be like $1 billion. And he's doing it down in Florida. Okay. The idea, and he's a hedge fund manager, so he probably already does some sketchy shit to begin with. But okay, let's assume it's all legal. Okay, you're spending that much on a house. Should you? No, I think that's a little outrageous to spend on a fucking house. But to think that he doesn't pay taxes, he pays taxes. And all this talk that the top 1% need to pay their fair share in taxes, let me give you a fucking couple stats, okay? Obviously, I'm not in the top 1%, but I'm just tired of hearing it that the top 1% need to pay their fair share in taxes, okay? Me, you, me, probably people, anybody listening to this podcast, Dillon, listening, doing this with me, are in the bottom half of taxpayers, okay? If not we're in probably the 95% of taxpayers, only paying probably around 15 to 20% of the top tax bracket, or of that tax bracket, if that much, even more, okay? The bottom half in 2020, the bottom half of taxpayers, and I got this from a government website, okay? So kiss my ass.
Foundation.org.
Yeah, it might not be a government website, but whatever. Okay, in the 2020, the bottom half of taxpayers paid 2.3% of all federal individual income tax. 2.3%. Okay, I don't know how much the federal government brought in 2020. Let's assume it's $3 trillion. 2%? I don't even... What is 2% of 3 trillion? Well, 1% would be... What? 3 million?
Yeah, 3 million.
Right? No, it would be 3 billion. Yeah, 3 billion would be 1%. So 2%, we only account for, of the total tax revenue, of all the money the federal government brings in, $2.5 billion worth, okay? The top 1% of earners, and this is not including corporations, this is just federal income tax that gets taken out of your paycheck, or if you have capital gains tax, all that shit. The top 1% paid 42.3% of all federal income taxes. Top 1%. Nearly $1.5 trillion in income tax. Or whatever. Right. Probably $1 trillion in income tax, okay? I think 2 years ago, Elon Musk paid $11 billion by himself. Just to the federal government. That's not even to state governments or local municipalities. I'm tired of hearing this shit that the rich need to pay their fair share. They're paying their fair share. If you want to make the argument, us on the bottom are not paying our fair share because we only accounted for 2% of all federal income tax. They accounted for over 40%. I just sick and tired of hearing that shit. Why do we constantly need to push up the tax rate for the rich? Why punish people for making their lives better? Why do we keep doing that? It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have any taxes, but at what point what do we put the tax rate at? 80%? Tax them, take away 80% of their fucking money that they earn? No. They're already paying 39%, which is the highest tax bracket, on most of their money because of how the U.S. tax code works. 39% of it. How much more do they need to... And that's just to the feds. Like I said, it's just to the feds. It's not even to the states. Or local cities or anything like that. I'm just sick and tired of that shit. Hearing it. It's so stupid. God. It's just because people are uninformed. They just want to spew shit that the rich... Now, how do the rich get rich? They're smart with their money. Yes, they probably play with tax loopholes. It's a loophole. It's the federal government's fault. They haven't closed the loophole. They're just taking advantage of it. Trust me, politicians do the same fucking shit. Okay? They do the same shit. And why don't they close the loopholes? Because they're the ones taking advantage of the loopholes. They don't want to lose that loophole because that's how they get more fucking money. Rich people are just doing the same thing. You don't get rich by being dumb with your money. You just don't. That's the end of my rant. But so just circle back. I'm tired of hearing that shit. 42% of all federal income tax. 42%.
Here's another thing. A lot of these top 1%, they're also business owners.
Look at Jeff Bezos.
Big corporations.
Owns Amazon. Look at Elon Musk. Owns Twitter or X, whatever it's called. SpaceX, Tesla. All these other, also employs accountants to do his taxes. Accountant, pays the accountants to do his taxes. They employ a lot of people. Too.
Here's the thing. In order to keep business in a capitalistic economy, you have to make sure they're happy with the taxes that they're paying. It's not like, okay, we're going to tax the fuck out of you. Then they're just going to go to a different fucking country, make the same shit cheaper, need I mind you, cheaper. They don't have to pay their workers as much, and they don't have to pay nearly as much taxes if they were to go in, to the United States.
Correct. Well, one example.
And that's the thing.
I don't mean to get political, but I don't like everything that Donald Trump did when he was president. But one thing I do like is he did change the tax code a little bit. And one thing he changed, and everybody got up in hoopla over it because he's a businessman. I'm a businessman doing business. He was a businessman, owns businesses. He lowered the corporation tax rate from, I think, 28 or 29% to like 21%. Okay, and everybody got up in arms over it. Doing that, the next tax year, the U.S. brought in the most, or the federal government brought in the most money ever. And it wasn't even by close. It wasn't like overinflation. I mean, it blew the previous years out of the fucking water. It's because you have these corporations, big corporations like Microsoft, Apple, Samsung, all these big corporations that bring in billions and billions of dollars in revenue. They do cheeky shit to pay less taxes. Why would a business willingly want to pay more taxes? Why would you want to willingly pay more? It doesn't make sense. That's stupid, right? So they do shit so they don't have to pay as many taxes. One thing Apple would do is they would patent shit from Apple in Ireland because Ireland has a really low corporation tax, and then they would just license the patent to Apple. But then the money would be through Apple in Ireland, so Apple didn't have to pay the U.S. tax rate on corporations. They changed the tax code, so now instead of paying 29% or whatever it was of all income, now they only have to pay 21%. I'm sorry, not of income, of profits, of gross profits. They only have to pay 21%. When you make billions of dollars like Apple, 8% is a lot of money. A lot of fucking money. And so there was businesses like, well, let's not do such the shady shit now. We'll just keep the money in the U.S. That's now more money for the U.S. government to take in to piss away another shit because it is government.
Can I let me put it into perspective, right?
Yes.
Okay. The U.S. is in $23 trillion of debt, right?
23.
And that kind of surprises me.
Hey, you got it backwards. It's 32.
Oh, $32 trillion.
$32 trillion in debt.
That kind of shocks me because there's 158 million Americans who are in some form of employment, all right?
Yep.
Now, obviously, you can change this now, but in 1 year, let's say the government were to take $150 each week out of each paycheck that came in. $150.
Like
that is not a lot.
An additional 150 or just
no, just a flat rate.
Oh, just
$150.
Okay.
Or the federal government. That's not state or anything.
Okay, yeah.
For the federal government.
Yep. Okay.
That's not a lot. I pay more than that in taxes now. I pay $180, I think, or somewhere around there.
Mine varies, but yeah, I probably pay more.
Yeah, same.
Between the payments to Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, I probably pay more.
158 million Americans, if they were to pay $158 a week per year. Now, obviously, compared to the debt, this isn't a whole lot, but there's other forms of taxes that we get. $1.2 trillion a year.
Yeah.
And that's on a flat rate.
Right.
Because I know I know Republicans also were talking about, we should just have a 30% sales tax. No, please, no. Give a flat rate. If you want to make it fair, give a flat rate of income tax, no matter what. And then just adjust that for okay, obviously the average American probably brings home $30,000 a year.
The average wage, I believe, is $55,000 to $60,000.
Average wage, or is that the livable wage?
Average wage is $55,000.
I bring about
$55,000 to $60,000 in the U.S.
How much did I bring? I bring about $47,000.
So I mean, you're just below, but you got to take into account that's probably the average around Michigan because we generally have a little bit lower cost of living than other places. So the average across the whole country is about 55 to 60,000 is the average wage for full-time employees. Full-time employees.
Well, as you were saying, Apple makes $1 trillion a year.
Oh, they make, I don't know how much they're making, but they make hundreds of billions in gross or profit, or gross or net.
Let's say net.
Net, it's probably in the hundreds of billions. In gross, it's probably $1 trillion. Yeah, I would say. I don't know, but I'll look it up. You continue on, but I'll look it up.
Let's say you wanted to, if you want to take out like that, give the businesses, and of course, I'm talking corporations, large corporations that make billions upon billions, almost trillions of dollars. Give them a flat rate. Like, the reason why it's not that the rich don't pay taxes. It's the fact that all these big ass corporations, okay, and I'm not saying I don't know who does it, or I'm not gonna name any names because I don't want to, no accusations. But you have these corporations that make, like, we'll do a small one, $100 million a year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Apple grossed in 2022 $171 billion. Gross.
$171 billion.
Gross, yeah. So it was a lot less than what I thought. But yes, that's what they grossed. Just in 2022, fiscal year 2022.
So let's see how.
So I mean, if you divide that by 4, that's per quarter. That's nearly $45 billion gross per quarter. So it's in 2022, Apple reported a net income of basically $100 billion. So of that 170 billion, 99.8 of it was considered net. So that leaves 71 billion or so. Call it 70 billion for easy math left over. I don't know how much that equated to in now hold on. Now I'm getting fucking conflicting reports here. This is so well, okay, hold on.
Is that in 1 quarter you said?
Hold on. See, I hate because now they put on here like 170.782 B, which to me says 170 billion 782 million. But I don't think that's right. I hate when they do that. So here, I'll go to Apple's gross. I don't want the earnings call. I just want they have to post statements on their website because they are a public company. Consolidated financial statements, view PDF. So, okay, this isn't listed in millions, except number of share. Okay, so this is listed in millions. So I want total net sales. So in the 12 months ended of September 24th, 2022. So if you go back to September 25th of 2021, Apple made 365. So this is listed in millions. So it'd be hundreds, thousands, 365 billion in total net sales.
Damn.
For 2022.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. I'm assuming that sounds about right now. But anyways, as you were saying.
So, I'm going to go ahead and a lot of these companies don't make like a lot, like profit-wise, but these are only in quarters. So they're, around quarters.
Right.
So let's say, give it a good number.
You just want a whole number? Just do like 100 million or something. Good round number.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Because with companies, you know, they the profits that they have, you know, that's taking out. This is the thing with taxes. You have to be sure to leave them enough money to give to their employees, and you know, so they can make money.
Correct.
I don't feel like the United States or anything like that should have, you know, billionaires, trillionaires. If you're making over 100 billion every year, you personally, there's shit you could be doing with that money.
Well,
other than giving it to yourself.
Well, it's...
And don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I am all about, you know, swimming in your wealth, okay? You know, you built this company from the ground up with your bare hands. You know, good for you.
I don't think anyone's... You gotta remember, when someone says, like, you know, when they say Elon Musk has a net worth of $230 billion, he doesn't have $230 billion in cash.
Right.
Most of that is in stocks. So at the current, you know, if Tesla is currently selling at $100 a share, which I know it's not, you know, and he has, I think, 72,000 shares in Tesla, then that's going to raise his net worth. But if the Tesla shares drop by just $1 or $2, that's a huge loss in net of net worth to him.
Right.
If he were to sell all those shares. So it's you got to think, how much cash does he actually have each year? Now, like when he paid $11 billion in federal income tax, he brought in a lot of money. He got a lot of money that year because I think he sold a lot of his shares in Tesla. So that's another thing when people think the rich don't pay their fair. You got to remember, they may have a high net worth, but they don't have that much. They don't bring that much in cash actually every year. Personally, they either have it in stocks, or you know, and that's where most of their net worth is in stocks, is in the stock market. So, or in funds where it's not, you can't liquidate. They don't have liquidity, you know, cash on hand to that extent. I think another people forget. They just see that Elon Musk is the richest man. He has $230 billion. No, he has 200. He probably has $30 billion in cash, if that, and he has $200 billion in stocks. So I think that's another misconception is with that. But anyways, continue on. But yes, you can do more with the money. Donate it to charities. Careful though, because some charities don't do what they say.
Yep. Yeah, you got to be careful with that crap.
Yes.
But
shit like that. And I guess that most of that goes towards companies, I think. Because companies are actually ones bringing in cash. You know what I mean? Because I know there are some CEOs, they actually get paid in stocks rather than cash. It's probably for a tax thing. Because you can't really... If you get paid in stocks, it's really hard to tax that because you're not getting physical money.
Like, I'm going to say something a little controversial here. No,
wow, because the last
really,
10 minutes hasn't been.
Yeah. No, but I'm going to say it right now. You know, the United States could take a page book out of all these other countries. Due to the fact that their taxes, they may have higher taxes over there, but they pay for a lot more shit than what we do. And I'm not saying we should do it because it's this, it's that. For example, the UK pays, I think, 38% of their income tax. Or for their income, they pay 38% to taxes. But they get health care without having to go through private insurance companies. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They get all these different things. They help pay for streets. They, you know, and that's without the government trying to fund for this shit. Like, or make plans to do it. They're just like, we got enough tax revenue. Let's use that. Now, I'm not saying, you know, of course, I do love my country, but, you know, just take a page out of their book every once in a while. Don't, you know, but a lot of these people that live, like, in rural areas are they're rural are ignorant to kind of the stuff. They hear these words and they get scared. Like, for example, like socialism. By definition, socialism is not a bad thing. But if it is done improperly,
like it usually
aka
is.
like it usually is, such as like, I don't know, this little thing called the Bolshevik Revolution, it caused this, I guess this great thing called the Soviet Union to show up.
Which turned into communism.
Communism, yeah. That is the problem with socialism, is if it's done improperly, it's communism then.
Well, see, the problem is it's hard. You can't really implement socialism properly in this world.
And same thing with communism. You cannot
can't.
have a true communist country.
I don't care who you are. Communism works for nobody except political leaders. Okay? That's a fact.
Exactly.
That's a fact. Yeah, because if communism is so great, why did the Soviet Union fail? And don't tell me about China.
Exactly.
China is not hardcore communism because they do outside global trade. They have that part of capitalism. So they're not full hardcore communism because even they realize this shit ain't gonna work. If communism is so great, why does North Korea suck?
And that's the difference between communism and socialism. Communism is everything's controlled by the government. Economy, housing, jobs,
the
whatever.
government sets the price for
government.
everything, basically.
Socialism is almost the opposite. Socialism, you control, the people control the economy. The people control a lot of the shit that has to do. The government controls all the income. It's almost like, it's a mix between communism and capitalism, where you get the freedom of the economy.
You're actually listing the U.S. economy. The U.S. economy is actually not fully capitalistic. It's socially capitalism. I don't know
it's
what social capitalism. You're more listing socialism is like communism, just not so hardcore. The government does have a lot more fingers in different pies than with capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalism, the government is a lot more hands off on the economy. But with socialism, the government does put input in on the economy, kind of what the U.S. does, but more so. Like a lot more what socialism is equity for all.
How about we read the definition? A political and economic theory of social organization which advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole.
Okay.
Communism, a political theory derived by Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs.
Boy, that's a very generous definition of communism.
That's what communism is. But the communism we've seen is the government owns everything.
Well, that's what publicly owned means, is the government owns everything.
Communism is, the idea is everybody's equal in pay, wages, whatever you have. No, there is no difference between any of them.
Yes.
And that wouldn't work because you're going to get people who are fucking salty about money.
Well, and that wouldn't work because different costs of living.
Exactly.
A gallon of gas in Michigan right now is about $3.40 a gallon, roughly on average. In California, it's probably in the $5 or $6 a gallon.
Right. So how could you have equal pay for everybody if nothing is the same?
So you can't. That's why people think no, you can't have equal pay. That's the market, the free market, by just letting everybody just do their own, has determined what is an acceptable pay rate around the country because of the different costs of living. The same job in Kansas, in Topeka, Kansas. Say you're an accountant or you're a bank teller, you're probably only going to make $40,000, okay? Now, if you're a bank teller in New York City, you're going to make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 because of the different costs of living. Right. It's just a fact. It's just so that's why that wouldn't work. I personally don't like socialism because socialism is a stepping stone to communism.
Yep.
Okay? So once you do socialism, you might as well just go full hardcore communism because it's just going to end up that way. Okay? If you want a good, and people say Europe's socialism, Europe is not full socialism. Okay? So whoever says that, stop talking to them because they're fucking stupid. Europe is not full socialism.
I also want to say, people that were dogging on Cuba because they're like, oh, it's because Cuba has reached a point where it is true socialistic, right?
Yes.
It's a true socialistic government.
It is.
And people are like, well, look at all the buildings and shit. I'm sorry. They achieved socialism. It doesn't mean they fixed it right overnight, you fucking retards.
Yeah.
That shit pisses me off. It's like,
if you want to see
dumb.
how socialism actually works,
Just
look at
think about it.
Look at Venezuela. Look at Venezuela. Okay, the inflation in Venezuela, ridiculous because they decided to go socialism with the government. $100 in whatever the Venezuelan currency is, fucking maybe a loaf of bread. Maybe a loaf of bread. Yeah, socialism went through not socialism. Inflation went through the roof in Venezuela because the government just started printing money to do all this shit, which caused inflation because of their socialist ideas. You gotta just there are times where the government can, mold the economy to what they want, but if you put too much money into it, it might look good short term, but long term, you're just hurting it. You're just hurting it. You gotta be hands off. Not totally laissez-faire, but you can't keep pinballing it to the way you want to go. Because eventually, if you have one term of government, whatever side it is, Republican or Democrat, whatever way to decide to go, now you're stuck on that. You're stuck on that path. You can't just turn around and go back because you're going to cause way too much economical damage. Or if you just let the free market go, which is my opinion on this electric car stuff, stop forcing me to get an electric car. I don't want an electric car. Okay, first of all, electric cars don't fit my lifestyle right now because I do go on longer road trips. And I don't want to sit at a fucking charging station for 45 minutes to charge my car when I could just go to a gas station, fill up my F-150 with 36 gallons of gas, because that's how big my gas tank is, and go 700 fucking miles. Rather than only go 200 miles, sit for 45 minutes, go 200 miles, sit for 45 minutes, go for 200 miles, sit for 45 minutes. No, I don't want to do that shit. Don't want to do it.
Right.
So stop forcing me to get an electric car. Once electric cars, if they can somehow get the charging rate down to 15 minutes, which I don't see how they could ever do that safely and make batteries still last, because actually fast charging batteries actually degrades batteries faster than just slow charging them, trickle charging them. Just let the free market decide. Yes, there are some instances where an electric car probably is better than a gas-powered car. So let those people get an electric car. Other cases, it's not worth it. It doesn't make sense for them. So why are you forcing them to get an electric car? Let the free market decide. Let the market decide what they want. Perfect example. Chrysler in the mid-90s came out with airbags in their minivans. Okay? At that point, airbags were not a law, a requirement. Just seatbelts were. Everybody started buying Chrysler vans. Why? Because they had airbags. Safety. So what did all the other car manufacturers start doing? Put airbags in their cars.
Airbags in there.
Before the government mandated them to do it. Because they're like, hey, everybody's buying these cars, not because there are people that are hardcore Chrysler, but because they have airbags. Okay, let's just start putting airbags in our cars. Boom, now we just got that market share back. The market decided they wanted cars with airbags. So the market responded by putting airbags in cars. Okay, yes, the government eventually came in and put in a mandate saying all cars must have airbags. But the market decided on their own to start doing that.
And you know who owns the market?
The people.
The people.
Yes.
So I in a lot of sense, yeah, the people don't have a lot of power, but we do have the power over the economy.
Yeah, if you don't want to shop somewhere, you could just take your money somewhere else. It's very simple. And if enough people do that, you can have a business go out of business. Okay? It's, that's why people start. That's why, like, when Walmart's show up in a small town, whatever small town business there closes because people go to Walmart's, and they stop going to the small town business. You know, is it right?
And the small town business could be ran like a fucking piece of shit, like, you know,
or it could,
shithole.
It could be run really well, but they just can't compete with Walmart.
Exactly.
You know, yes, it's unfortunate, but it's the market deciding. It's the market deciding. So, okay, that got a lot more political than I wanted it to.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Shit had to have.
Fuck them all. Anyways, I'm tired of the bullshit. To wrap around, I'm tired of the bullshit saying the rich don't pay their fair share. They pay their fair share. Trust me. They pay 42% of all federal income tax. We pay 2.3%. They pay their fair share. Okay? Stop. Stop with that. What you need to do is stop closing the loopholes. Okay? Start closing the loopholes in the tax code. So then people can't take advantage of little things. And most of those people are politicians. So.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I know. Shocking, isn't it? So, let's wrap up this week because we are well over. We're like we're like at 2.5 hours now almost. So
hold on. I like how we started. We're like, yeah, we're only gonna run this for about an hour and a half.
Well, I was like, I want to shoot.
Hours.
I want to shoot for an hour and a half, but no more than two. 2 episodes in a row, 2.5 hours.
over half of our episodes are over 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, like one of them was like 2 hours and 5 minutes. Like, all right, it's barely counts. I think our first episode was long, but that's expected because it was our first episode.
Yeah, 2 hours.
But then these last two ones, 2.5 hours, both of them. This might actually be our longest by the time I put both recordings together and stitch them together. So, my vote for If Stupid Had a Name, my vote is for the fucking cunt who ordered half the ocean's worth of oysters. On the first date.
I'm gonna agree.
On the first date.
I agree.
Freaking bitch. God damn. Now oysters are on the endangered species list. Fucking Christ. So, we are still working on how we're going to do social media and stuff like that. But in the meantime, if you want to email the show, it is If Stupid Had a Name, ifstupidhaname@gmail.com. That's all. That'll be in the show description. Our podcast website through Podbean is in the show description. Even though you can go to that, there won't be much on it, but there's that. We had somebody actually rate us on Apple Podcast 5 stars. So whoever that is, you know who you are. We appreciate that very much. Why didn't you leave a comment, asshole? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's call our 5 rated person, an asshole.
Yeah,
no,
fucking
we
dick.
appreciate it very much.
Yes, that's it. Makes us feel
Colton
like
wanted
we're
to close this
something.
one out.
What?
Took my fucking job.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you wanted to do it. So
no, I don't care.
All right, so but anyways, on all the other ones, rate us, like us, review, give us reviews, tell us what we need to do different, tell us if you want to add us anything,
or not like us,
or not like us. Yeah, you can give us 1 star and see these guys are fucking asshole window lickers. That's totally fine.
These guys can see these nuts.
Yeah, we're asshole window lickers. Hey, I'd have to agree with you. So, anyways, I'm Colin. He's Dillon. This has been If Stupid Had a Name, and we will catch you all next week.